So it's the end of the world. The market's going to crash in 2025. We're going to go into deep recession. It's over. It's done with. There's no stopping it, right? Like trade tensions, we got $134 or $131.4 billion trade deficit worldwide. Our GDP is still going up, at 2.4%. Unemployment rate's the lowest it's, probably ever going to be at 4.1%, which is insanity for capitalism, right? But, CPI still came in at 2.8%, right? Consumer confidence is going down. Stocks are down 8% already this year. And the Fed rate's still 4.5, so nobody can afford to borrow money. Nobody can buy houses, right? Not regular people, at least. So we're just going to go into a market crash, right? Maybe, maybe not, right? So let's break down this data. Let's see what's really going on with this, right? So why does a normal person, you're making $50,000, $60,000 a year, normal person, that's middle class in America, people making 50 or 60,000. Why are they so pinched, right? Well, if GDP is going up 2.4%, but your CPI is coming in at 2.8, that means you're losing a gap there of 0.4%, right? The economy's not growing as much as inflation is, right? So, and then these trade tensions are messing up certain industries, right? Because certain countries buy things from us and we buy certain things from them, right? So, what's really going on here, right? Is this just short-term pain? Is this really a market crash? Are they really going to crash out this market? Should they crash out the market? Does the market need to crash out? And we're going to talk about that in this video, right? But this is what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing that there is a shift from the old school way of doing things into the new social media branding of doing things, right? So it makes no sense. It's on paper, it makes no sense that a brand like Nike would not be doing well, right? They have the old school systematic, marketing. Their brand is known everywhere. They got the biggest athletes in the world pushing their product and wearing their stuff, so it doesn't make any sense for them to be down. Well, why are they down? Well, they're down because of pressure from social media brands like a Gymshark, like an Alpha Elite, even Lululemon is a social media, brand, right? They also got social media brands, or brands coming back using social media, like a New Balance. New Balance was dead, right? And they've used social media to bring their stuff back, right? Social media is small and agile. You can use trends to get your product name out there and do it for very cheap. Do it for $17, $25, maybe just the cost of the product. Some influencers out there, you just send them a product and they'll promote your brand, right? But the old school way is the slow and omnipresent way. You spend $5 to $20 million on an ad and it goes everywhere on TV that nobody watches, right? Or nobody's watching anymore, right? Honestly, anytime an ad comes on for us, we just mute the TV and talk to each other, right? So you're seeing that legacy brand fall off, right? And so that's why one of the reasons that the stock market is going down, right, is because these legacy brands, if they don't move this money into social media or something that's more agile, then they're going to be going away, right? Or at least not as valuable as they were before, right? So to me, this is a market shift, not a crash, or at least not yet, right? Obviously, commercial real estate is going to take a hit when big brands that had all these big retail shops, take a hit, right? So it's really just a downhill effect, right? Also, with the interest rate staying high, and the evaluations of the properties can't stay high too, right? So this is what we got, right? So the big question, the question everybody wants to know, well, what does this change for me, right? What does them changing from a legacy brand to social media brands change for me? And the answer is absolutely nothing, right? It's all gobbly gosh, whatever you want to call it. It does not matter to us because we're going to still do the same investing to impress strategy, right? We're going to invest in our mindset. We're going to invest in our skill set. We're going to invest in our habits, right? What do we love? What are we best in the world at? What can we be the best in the world at? We're going to invest into that skill set. We're going to reprogram our mind away from what school taught us, right? Which was nothing about money, nothing about economics, nothing about seeing patterns in things, right? We're going to reprogram that using affirmations. If you don't have affirmations, you can use mine for free. Just click the link below and check them out. They're free. They're up there and they're free. Change the ones out you don't like, right? So if you don't want to be honest or trustworthy or whatever, you can change them out. But that type thing. But, and then everything is about habits, what you actually do. So just reading affirmations doesn't help you. You have to put those affirmations into effect, right? So when you say, I am honest, I am trustworthy, you have to be those things. You have to have the habits to be those things, right? I do what I say I'm going to do. You can't tell your people, I'm going to go hang out with you on Friday night if you're not going to go hang out with them on Friday night. That's not being truthful. That's not being honest. That's not holding true to your word, right? And those are small examples. Holding yourself to those small examples keep you in line with the big examples, right? So that's how you use affirmations for your mindset, right? Your skill set, right? I invest by waking up early and working on my skill set, right? Whatever that is. So, to make this video, I'm making this video early in the morning, right? Before I go to work, right? And I did that by doing 30 to 45 minutes of research to get all those numbers that I showed before to, figure out what's actually going on in the market. And I'm actually doing that not only for this video, but I'm doing that because I am an investor. I'm a professional investor. That's how I became financially free, right? And that's what I teach people to do, right? So if you're interested in life coaching and giving a better life, make sure you hit me up. Comment the word ready down below or hit me up in the DM on Instagram or email me at fitfuturemd@gmail.com, right? And because if you want to be financially free, we can make it happen for you. It's not as difficult as everybody thinks it is. So that being said, we then move all that into our habits, right? What are we doing on a daily basis to improve our lives, right? And a lot of people, and I've had comments that say, I'm not trying to do anything extra. And some people are out there doing as much as they possibly can do. But I promise you, if you do a little bit of tweaking, you can find that time to make all this happen for you, right? Because otherwise you're just sitting there as a dead duck, right? You're sitting there as a dead duck. Well, when the market crashes, you crash with it. Well, it doesn't matter to me if the market crashes because I'm going to be rich anyway, right? And that's part of your mindset. That's part of affirmations, right? I'm going to be rich anyway. Most of the most big successful companies happened in the last Great Depression, right? When did Amazon actually become a good company? During the Depression, during the Great Recession, 2008, 2009. I didn't get Amazon until 2010, 2 years later, right? And they gave it to me for free, right? So I didn't have to pay for it. They were losing money. Netflix, same thing, beat Blockbuster during that time, right? And there's countless other examples that the company started during that time, right? Countless. So if the market does crash, we're going to start something big, and something big is going to come out of it, all right? And that's how you have to think. Now, I will say one more thing about AI, and that is AI can be your detriment or AI can be your help, right? So use AI to help yourself have a better mindset, have a better skill set, and have better habits, right? Don't be the one in the room that's like, oh, I've never used something, when you could take 10 minutes and learn about it, right? So at least you're in the conversation and then you can actually use it. But now, it's just like the internet was back in 1999. Everything with the word AI or everything with the word quantum computing, went through the roof. Obviously it's pulling back now, but one of those is going to win, or one that's not even up there yet might win, right? So after all that, Amazon stock went from like $99 to like $1 in a day in the dot-com bubble, in the crash. But nothing had changed for Amazon. So, Amazon was still a good company. So when that happens, we're going to find the Amazon, right? That's the idea. So I'm Nate. I'm your life coach. Shop at Ensorsale.com. Pick up a cool inspirational t-shirt today. Use code FitfutureMD for 20% off. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video with somebody that needs it. And if you need life coaching, make sure you hit me up. But if the market crashes, we're going to win anyway. And let's do it. Peace.